the man behind the platform, power, privacy, and the death of Leonid Radvinsky news narrative by journalist Junel L. Farmer, a name you didn't see, but a world you knew. My name is Junel L. Farmer. And tonight, we're not just talking about the death of a billionaire. We're talking about a man most people never saw, never heard speak, never watched in interviews, but whose platform shaped a global culture shift. Leonid Radvinsky, the reclusive owner of OnlyFans, has died at the age of 43, and with his death comes questions about business, about culture, about money, and about what the internet has become. Chapter 1, The Invisible Billionaire. Unlike other tech figures, Radvinsky didn't chase attention. No big conferences, no constant media appearances, no public persona. He built quietly, moved quietly, and made billions, quietly, and yet his influence was loud. Chapter 2, The Platform That Changed Everything. OnlyFans wasn't the first platform to monetize content, but it changed the model. Direct to consumer, no middleman. Fans paid creators directly. Simple idea, powerful result, and over time, that model became associated with one thing more than anything else: adult content. Chapter 3, The Shift in Culture. Before platforms like OnlyFans, adult entertainment was controlled. Studios, companies, gatekeepers. But this was different. Individuals became brands. Content became currency, and people realized they could monetize attention directly. Chapter 4, The debate begins. Some called it empowerment. Others called it exploitation. Some saw independence. Others saw something deeper. A digital version of something much older. A debate that still hasn't been settled. Chapter 5, The Money Factor. Let's talk numbers. Billions in revenue. Millions of creators. Global reach. And at the center, Radvinsky, a man who understood something early. Attention is the most valuable currency on the internet, and he built a system to capture it. Chapter 6, Privacy as Power. He stayed out of sight. No constant tweets, no headline interviews, no personal brand. That wasn't accidental. That was strategy, because when the platform becomes the story, the owner disappears. Chapter 7, The Controversy That Never Left OnlyFans became a lightning rod. Criticism from politicians, debates on morality, questions about regulation, and throughout it all, the platform grew. Chapter 8, The Pandemic Explosion. During global lockdowns, everything changed. Jobs disappeared. People turned online, and OnlyFans surged. For many, it became income. For others, a lifeline. Chapter 9, The Personal Stories Behind the Platform. Behind every account is a person trying to earn, trying to survive, trying to build something. And that's where the conversation gets complicated, because the platform isn't just business, it's human. Chapter 10, The Critics' View. Critics argue this model blurred lines between work and exposure, between privacy and profit, between empowerment and pressure. And those concerns didn't disappear. Chapter 11, The Supporters' View. Supporters say it gave control back to creators. No exploitation by companies. No unfair contracts. Just direct earnings. Direct audience. Direct power. Chapter 12, The Role of Technology. This story isn't just about one man. It's about technology. Platforms that scale instantly. Algorithms that push visibility. Systems that reward engagement. And sometimes controversy. Chapter 13, The Business Mindset. Radvinsky wasn't just lucky. He was strategic. He didn't invent the concept. He scaled it, refined it, positioned it, and made it global. Chapter 14, The Silence Around His Life. Even now, details about his life remain limited because he chose privacy. And in a world obsessed with exposure, that's rare. Chapter 15, The News of His Death. When news broke, it spread fast, not just in business circles, but across social media, because even if people didn't know his name, they knew the platform. Chapter 16, The Reaction. Reactions were mixed. Some focused on his business success, others on the platform's impact. Some praised, some criticized, because his legacy is not simple. Chapter 17, the word legal in a digital age. There's a phrase that keeps coming up. Legal. Legal platform. Legal business. Legal system. But legality doesn't end debate. It begins it. Chapter 18, the internet economy. We are in a new economy. Attention-driven. Subscription-based. Creator-led. And OnlyFans was one of the clearest examples of that shift. Chapter 19, what happens next? The question now. What happens to the company? Leadership changes. Direction shifts. Policy decisions. Because platforms don't stop when founders disappear. But they do change. Chapter 20, the legacy question. So how will he be remembered? As a businessman? A disruptor? A controversial figure? Or all of the above? Because legacy depends on perspective. Chapter 21, the bigger conversation. This isn't just about one man. It's about society, about how technology changes behavior, about how culture evolves, and about where the line is drawn. Chapter 22, a journalist's reflection. I've covered stories like this before. Different industries, different figures, but the same pattern: innovation, growth, controversy, debate, and then reflection. Final chapter, a story still being written. Leonid Radvinsky is gone, but the platform remains. The debates remain. The impact remains. Because some stories don't end with a person. They continue through what they built. Outro, beyond the headlines. This is Junel L. Farmer, reporting on more than a death, reporting on a moment, a shift, a conversation that's still unfolding. Because in today's world, the biggest stories aren't always about what we see. Sometimes they're about what happens behind the screen.